Thanks for tuning in. This is Thomper B. Thompin, and here we are, round 15 of the 2023 Virginia Championship Hare Scramble Series. We are at Oak Ridge in Arrington, Virginia, and man, what a great day to finish off this season. This is C-Class. I'm in the J-Line. Pretty stacked class this year. I have not made all the races. Got a little 6-month-old at home, so I haven't been able to break away every other weekend to go for a long drive. But yeah, great weather conditions. A little bit of sun, a little bit of clouds. Not too much dust. Track conditions were actually pretty perfect, even though I only saw maybe the first 3 miles or so because
39 years comes to a conclusion here at round 15. Next year will be that magic 40 years.
Yeah, I just had to let him say that. Yeah, 40 years next year. So 2024 should be a good one. But yeah, cut my race short because I pulled a classic C-Class hero move and messed up a turn that is pretty hard to mess up.
10 seconds.
So I was going to take it easy anyways going into this race, but watch me mess up my start here regardless. Yeah, pro tip, not the best way to stay with the pack. So yeah, the KTM starter's great. I just screwed it up. I think I let off the button a little bit too soon or blipped the throttle a little bit too late. But here we are, we're moving. Lap 1, my intention was to take it about 80-90% until I really felt comfortable and broken in, because the last time I was on the bike was maybe, I don't know, whichever race was I participated in previous to this. So several weeks back. But wait, man, what a great way to start too. A little bit of open grass track. Again, not too much dust at all. Also, not too much mud into the woods. Really excellent conditions. Then it thins out into this tight little woods sections before it opens up again to more grass track. That really allows the herd to thin out. People can fall into a line. Some of the faster guys can make sure that they get out up front. People actually competing for points. No, I'm not pulling my stupid hole shot maneuver that I tried to last race. Holding everybody up. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, you can just tell it's going to be a great day when you, like, a few minutes into the race. Really good conditions. And the other unique thing, too, is that because the leaves are starting to fall into the woods, you can start seeing some of these hot lines a little bit easier. So in the summertime, it might be a little bit harder to identify hot lines as they're just starting to be exposed and get broken in. But when there's fresh leaves falling, it can be a little bit easier. Man, I was having a good time too. Fast and flowy, 10 miles per lap. You know, people were turning in pretty quick lap times considering it was 10 miles. A few, like, they're not really tight sections, but a few sections where it gets a little narrow. A few saplings here and there. That made it a little bit more difficult to make some passes in the woods, especially because the main trail was already so fast. Yeah, whenever speed is involved, passing gets that much more sketchy. But yeah, my wreck, which happens, I don't know, it's at approximately the 5-minute mark, give or take. I wasn't even doing anything cool. It was just a simple little right-hand turn that I goofed up. So I'm trying to catch back up to the pack here. I would like to hang with them, maybe make a couple passes if I can. But people are moving quick. So yeah, again, coming into the right-hand turn here in a few seconds, I think I was, like, my body was getting ready to sit down and brake through this tiny little corner. I braked a little bit too late for it anyways, but then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I should probably downshift. I got that thought way too late into my head, and my foot just kind of slipped off the rear brake. I don't know. Regardless, my front tire kind of washes out a little bit. Maybe I grabbed too much brake, and I just go flying over the bars, kind of off and to the right. I'll just let it play. Yeah, so here I am, now just laying on the ground. The bike's got both my legs kind of pinned down, and I'm right-hand dominant, so my right arm is essentially useless at the shoulder joint. I can still move my fingers and everything, but both my legs are pinned. Yeah, it's tough enough getting out from underneath a dirt bike like that with two good arms. So my adrenaline's pumping, the pain is there, but still, because of the adrenaline, not too bad. Huge thank you to these guys who stopped. Like, I hate holding people up, and I know that my life's not in danger here. So thank you for stopping your race and just getting my bike upright. That was a huge help. I'm not going to hold you guys up. I think my collarbone's broken at this point, but I don't know what that really feels like. I've never had a major shoulder injury other than a labrum, slight tear in my labrum from high school basketball. Here I am just doing my best Stewie Griffin impression of him doing an impression of that news reporter. Owie, 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 owie.
Oh my God.
Now it's setting in, like, mentally, like, oh, okay, I did something to myself here. No, I'm just waving people on, just getting my bearings here before I know I could have to pick that bike up and get out of here. So I just kind of inch it out. There's a clearing off to my right, so I go to seek that out. And I'm trying to wait to where I have a gap in between the waves of people because I don't want to hold people up. So I can kind of manipulate the throttle, even though my arm's kind of pinned to my side. I just kind of hunched over and forward and tried to ride out of here, which I did. I was able to get out to this farm road. So a huge thank you to the course marshal that I eventually run into. I never caught his name, but he helped guide me out of there back to the start line where the ambulance crew was, and it would have taken me way longer had I not found him. So thank you to him, and thank you to the ambulance crew, the medical staff on site. They did a great job kind of giving me an initial diagnosis, at least trying to make me more comfortable. Of course, they offered me a ride to the ER right then and there, but I drove solo down here, and with my baby at home, I had to get home, so I went to the ER next to my house. And another thank you to Dr. Rick Weatherall, but you guys, everybody just knows him as Rick because he's super chill. He also races here. He's the owner-operator of Drive Physiotherapy and Performance. And I was able to pick his brain a little bit, after my ER appointment. Partial, like they thought it was a partial dislocation, but it turns out that wasn't really the case after a second look at it. So he helped me out with planning out a game ahead here.